on this holy Good Friday. Good afternoon. At this time, members of Christ Episcopal Church in Smithfield are going to introduce to you something that was called Shadows of the Cross, with drawings by Randy Dixon and reflections written by Molly Roth. And so members of this congregation will read to you a passage and then invite you to guess who they were. And we will pause long enough for you to think about it, and then we will give you the answer. So we begin with station 1. Wakes. Jesus is condemned to death. I look down at the waves that cross and parcel your face, a mosaic of my indecision. This silver bowl embracing my life, the waves of decisions made and refused. This net of diamonds, sun-glinting web, I cast to submerge the truth, drown it. But your face remains whole. I recognize its lines, what I cost you, written upon your skin. Now the glare about you, about your head, blinds me until I can only feel the bowl press against my wrists. I close my eyes and wonder if I will ever again see the sun, a sight made possible by your very shadow, your face gentling the truth and my shame. I long to sink into the peace of never having been born, free at last of all nets to travel beneath the world, away from dirty streets, homeless children, wars of ignorance, blood-spattered women, subtle coercion, rape, incest, homophobia, blind racism. Your litany, as I try to obliterate your face, only to intensify the sun in wave after wave of my own denial. I speak as Pontius Pilate.
Station 2, dreaming of clouds, Jesus bears his cross. Jesus, a whispered word. To see you like this almost breaks my heart. I begin to pity you. Until I remember the crime, the blasphemy that struck our ears and crazed us to righteousness as you threatened to block the truth. Our duty lies with the sun, the truth which you dared to assume as if any one man could be God. Those reports of your blazing face. Yes, we heard. Can you hear me? You gaze straight ahead, your face so still. You look like a part of the road. Yes, we heard you had cavorted with Elijah. News travels fast to the just. How dare you feast on the hopes of small people, raise their expectations until life could not meet them, then leave us to pick up your pieces. You will evaporate. Our sun, too strong for you and yours, will suck the life from your lie, as large as the log on your back and as heavy for the deluded few. Your yoke is no longer easy, such drivel. And yet, at times, I could almost believe you. Thus, you must die. Even now, you weigh like water, dark clouds inside me, burdened with a longing too strong to destroy completely. As a child, I relished these clouds, the sweet, foreboding scent of lightning, low rumbles matched only by my own heart. Then whoosh, The wind would strike me through my thin shirt out of the cool, dark shadows of clouds too dangerous to touch. Such nonsense. This sun, this heat, this wall blocking the air, all have gone to my head. So, why am I here? Waiting for these guards to strap you to your death, experts at lashing, crossing, and recrossing the ties that bind. I ought to strike you, but I squat and wait for a forgiveness. The burden of being the son suddenly too great for me. And now you look at me, and I see the sun in your eyes, reflected off my face, burn back toward my own heart. Still too great for me. So I must leave, dreaming of clouds, a foolish dream that will not die in spite of my best efforts. I speak as a Pharisee.
A parting. Jesus falls the first time. My son, the light dances so strangely on these old walls. The same light, same walls, but so peculiar. These shoulders, spears, have parted just enough, just in time to reveal you, a stone in the street, and I, distant as the sun. A brief, unmerciful flash, and I spot you between the legs of your father's sawhorse. You have tripped, and I notice the same light cut across your motionless shoulder through the shadows of two wooden legs. For an instant, nothing moves, not even I. Then a voice shakes me from my disbelief. I leap to see the wound, to feel the warmth and pulse of your body. I remember your father and I waited until you opened your eyes in the dark safety of a room. Our concerns sparked at you until we felt you again and could cry with you. You had run like a bright wind, only to trip and fall, harder than a child deserves. Now your eyes are lost to me, your body, your life. And the shoulders will close again, the walls grow dark, the spears be returned to their racks, straight, shining, ready. But tomorrow, my anger will soak the sky as my disbelief. The measure of my distance fills with Mary, John, Joseph, like rain. Their shoulders will flow together to heal your void, a scar ripped from the sun. Your step, another mistake or not, this distance is my best for now. Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Station number 4. Scour of sand. Jesus meets his mother. I wish that old drunk would just shut up. Telling her to go home, that it's not natural for her to be calm, as if motherhood were measured in screams. Guys like that used to keep me in business, but not Jesus. He minded his own business. Look what he got. Listen, he's trying to come out of himself, clear the haze of pain, of blood and sweat, to say, what was that? Hello, mother? I see the ripples around his mouth, his smile, a shadow set against the sadness for her pain. My God, I can't take this. Did he save me? Bring my body and soul back together just so I could crumple back into a dirty, empty shell? I spot a woman behind him, or is she a ghost? Pretty soon he'll be the ghost. He'll know then, if he doesn't know already, what it's like to be a ghost. Just last week, they stoned Miriam, and here he is dying. I don't count on rescues, though I had one. God doesn't owe me any favors. I don't think Jesus counts on them either. Not this time, anyway. Even so, I wish he did. I think he's going to die. And I want to die with him, but I won't. He taught me that. Instead, I'll burn with his death. Not like the old days when I floated above it all. My body a stone, haunted by a hope that he brought back to life. Miriam never got the chance. Those bastards didn't even listen with their stinking breath and fat hands held high, ready to enjoy their latest kill. So now, what do I hope for? Ignore the men? Use them in the old way? No, I'm no longer a ghost blown about from rock to rock. I am the wind, risen to scour every stone hefted in anger. My song, the scream of sand torn from the blood-soaked rocks dead on the desert floor, until he came and they shouted. I am Mary Magdalene.
Station 5, the quality of the wood. Jesus is helped by Simon. A fine piece of wood, what a waste. See how even the grain is. Look, there at the end. It'll have to be strong to hold him up. Wait, they've stopped. That guy, Simon, can't get it up on his shoulders. Why doesn't that Jesus pick up the other end? It's his cross after all. You know, it's just like that time you helped me build that fence. For 2 hours I struggled by myself. 2 hours dragging the heavy piles up and around the back of the barn until you stopped by. I should have known to ask, but no, I had to do it all by myself. And we finished the rest in half an hour. I never thought to ask you. They say his father was a carpenter, so he must know about these things, when to help and when not to help. Now it looks like his help needs help. But it's not my place, is it, to help? I remember how we stood there admiring our fence. It let in air and light, but kept those sheep in at night and the wolves out. A beauty, not like the mass burning along this road. Remember, we sat and drank a few afterwards as we wiped the sweat from our faces, and the neighbors admired it. And my wife, some fence. The boys can climb it, but not that wolf. Yes, a fine piece of wood, strong. Too bad we can't help. What's that? You want to help him? But he's a criminal. Okay, if you do, I'll do it. Wouldn't mind hefting that wood. Such a waste. Anyway, I feel silly here on the ground staring at the backs of his legs, white with sweat and light. Like that wall, burning, bare, no air here. No, but I'm not going soft. But it looks like they don't need help. Jesus has picked up the other end after all. I bet he appreciates the quality of the wood. I speak as a carpenter.
Crazy with my own strength. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. Afraid you wouldn't accept, so I waited until the sight of your face compelled me to raise my hands, and this old cloth that smelled of my own hair, my damp head. Afraid at first to offer this poor thing. But when I felt your face sink into my hands, felt your entire body swoon, your pain fall in folds about my fingers, I remembered my firstborn asleep on my breast, the warm weight of young bodies, my own ferocious strength in holding them. Oh God, I must let go. You must die. But even as they take you away, I stand here and tremble with my own power. Now the vicious ache, not because you're gone, but because I once held you. I touch your life's weight, ever burned into me, the cloth charged with your passion. And I dance and dance, crazy with my own strength. Veronica.
Station 7, the proper authorities. Jesus falls a second time. I see he has fallen down. How slow. This event will never end. Such a scene, scaring away my best customers. That poor fool. I don't see why prisoners must face such an end. The authorities must not have realized the utter inefficiency of making such people shoulder such a weight in such a weakened condition. I think I'll write a letter. No, wait, make a visit to the proper authorities. I will inform them of this outrage, tell them what to do. I don't understand. He just lies there. He should just get it over with. He cannot even stop his fall. His face, I see. The blood. So ugly. If truth is beauty, he should be killed for the utter lie he represents. The lies I've heard. Women, men, even children embarrass me with themselves. That soldier's kicking him. That's what I'd do. It's for his own good. Come on, get up. Let's get this over with. You're ruining my business. All the riffraff blocking the street, I'll report that too. We shouldn't have to put up with these spectacles. Just kill them cleanly, quickly, and let me get on with my business. I speak as a shopkeeper.
Who is there? Mothers, sisters, daughters, ghosts that clean up after the world. I die for you and our children. For me, a child, for us all, children. We are all children. What? She wants to hold me? Please hold me. I need you. I need help. No, don't go. Let them stay. Weep for yourselves. Yes. Don't weep for me. You have to go back to your houses. Yes, anger. The brute who married you hit you again, the bruise shadowing your left cheek. All at once, your pain focuses mine. Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but for your children and yourselves. Your children, we all deserve a loving father, brother, husband, mother, sister, wife. Why am I here? I can no longer stand for it. Papa, your gentle light pulls me through this reasoning. Shadows surface through the pain, the lines of their faces, but the sun makes ghosts of them, erases each trail of feeling, thought, so I must be consumed. Then all may see the blaze in truth, warmth in fire, truth in shadows. I can no longer stand. I speak as Jesus.
Station 9. Just orders. Jesus falls a third time. Can you get up? I don't think he can hear me. No, don't kick him. Let him be. I'll take care of this. Jesus, get up. We have to keep moving, you know. We have our orders to keep the peace. Just like that city in Macedonia. So many people in the way. We don't want a riot. We thought they'd been evacuated. You know, they should have been. Somebody screwed up. When we crashed through the gates, they stood massed in one place, all those huddled women and children. Of course, we had to go through them. We had no other choice. They just crouched there, waiting. Come on, get up, you stinking bastard. I heard your mother was in a family way before your father married her, so why should you be any different? They say you were, but now look at you. Poor bastard. Can't even hear me. All you can see is your own shadow and your burning hand bent back. What am I doing talking to you? I said, move it. Get up. Just get it over with. Get up already. Just do it. It's not so bad once you're through. If you push too hard, maybe you'll die quickly. Though I have my orders to keep you alive. Keep the prisoners alive until you've hung, to carry out the sentence. Here, let me help you. Got my orders, you know. Gotta keep this parade moving, you know. Not my fault, just orders. That's it. I speak as a Roman guard.
Station of the Cross, 10. My son, I see as they strip you to your last nakedness, the homeless reduced to a spot, your body a dot, a sign the world with you. Spend your blood's ink over and over again in lines of legato, staccato, sweet, black, hard notes, strung along fissures, torn open once more. You, the heart of a rose grown tight around me, bloom to unwrap yourself into the world. Your damp scars fly through the parched air to sing me like blood into the farthest heart. I long to sing to you, clothe you, hold you, touch your warm skin, breathe your breath, reduced to a speck, my heart, my precious one. Your pain is mine, your fear mine, your hope mine. I am at home. Do not despair. Others will repeat our song, their throats scored with longing for themselves, unfurled in lines of such beauty. Even those who cannot see will begin to see through our eyes. The path you took to find me ends with a mirror and a smile. Amazed, breathtaking.
Station 11. Tools. Jesus is nailed to the cross. I hate this job. Somebody's got to do it, or so they say. The soldiers won't do it, so they hire me. So why do I do it anyway? Most of all, I hate the screaming. The blood doesn't bother me anymore, just the screaming. This one's too tired to scream. Sometimes they faint. I like it. This hammer's too small. I like to get it done with 1 or 2 whacks. Better that way. This puny thing will take forever, though it's perfect for more delicate work. Tacking cloth onto a frame, sails on that boat. I loved sailing in better times, when I caught the most fish in my village. Now, after the accident, I can't do it anymore. No legs to stand and cast the net. So that's why I do this. God took my legs, so now I get to take other people's legs and arms. Some justice. God, I wish I could get used to the screams. They bother me at night sometimes. But then I just take out my bottle and drink, and all the screams disappear. But then little screams, babies return. I can hear them inside the bottle. I really need a better hammer. This one's just not doing the job. But I guess I'm stuck with it. I speak as a man who nails people to the cross.
Station of the Cross, number 12. The benefit of a doubt. Jesus dies on the cross. Everything seems so small from up here. Those women, their faces a blur. That damn wall, with its shade too short to reach me, blocks the sweet, cool wind, each brick a measure of my torture. At least I don't have that ignoramus telling me off. Hey, leave him alone. He keeps at Jesus, keeps at him. Shut up. He doesn't deserve this. I know how the courts work. They want you out of the way, and zip, you're a disgrace. They can make the words say anything. I should know. I can, too. But I chose a different career. Just little crimes. Really. But big enough to get caught at the wrong time, in the wrong place. Leave him alone. I can barely speak. My God, I'm dying. And for what? A lousy gamble that backfired? I guess my luck's as bad as his. No, not nearly as bad. Yet, those women weep for him. I have no one, not even myself. Oh, so philosophical. Here I hang, the great prophet, ruminating on the great mystery of my life. It's so sad. I could laugh if I could breathe. Okay, keep thinking. Use that useless wit of mine that my father graced with the back of his hand to tarnish my silver tongue, this tongue that threatens to gag me, just like deserts or deserts. No one even spells those right. I could have been a scholar, studied at temple. I could have sat there, richly robed, listened to Jesus. I heard he didn't say much, just threw their words in their faces. My kind of guy. Some stood up for him. I wonder if I would have had the nerve. No. And in a flash, I see I could have flicked at the population like camel drivers at flies, drunk with the heat of power, but instead I hang dying, the world's blessing. Got to keep thinking. He, that Jesus, still putting up with that slime. Got no choice, I guess. They say Jesus spoke of love, of God as Papa. No wonder they hated him. Listen. Now he's got quiet. He's seen me. He's looking me right in the eyes, I think. My mouth says, remember me? Funny. Remember. Remember. In spite of it all, I cannot kill that hope that burns in my throat. The heat's twisted my mind. I see in the haze my life, the rich robes sheltering him, the words healing my words. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe my father was wrong. Silver tongue loved a man, hid it in his words. No one knew but one or two. But now I can see no longer see, as words fail me. The Good Thief.
Narrative 13. The gift Jesus is taken from the cross. So, this is death. Stiff, awkward, blank, but still warm. She has finally felt it after her shocked strength lost its reason for being. Oh, see how tenderly she holds him. She who took him in, every word against him, every cruelty, every nasty look, tried not to blame herself for his choice. Even so, she must wonder if she caused this. I fear I caused it somehow. Look how she lies on that gape, covers it with her body. I envy her. The release of such grief. But if I cry, I'll break into pieces. I'll die. Funny. In a way, I want to die, but I just can't. His body wavers a million miles away as I float on her wails, her river of tears. I am her boat. Like that boat Peter jumped clear of. I never knew that old man could move so fast. His eyes bugging out at Jesus on the water, and Jesus just standing there, grinning, as the rest of us burst out laughing in the boat, and the storm passing, and the light dancing on the water, and my heart singing for this man who made Peter skip along the waves, who loved me clear through like the sun striking down on the shore's bottom to illuminate each golden stone and shell. He pierced me. Oh God, I just got what I prayed for. John.
The 14th station. To see into shadows. Jesus is laid in the tomb. I stand in the darkness of my tomb, now his. He could have been my own son. A good time to prepare a tomb. Who would have thought my foresight would end so? Now these old fingers straighten his beard, wipe the last traces of blood away. Everything is in order. The linen's prepared, oil's bottled, body washed, except for this spot of blood. So stubborn, as if to say, look, I really lived once. My poor Jesus, I am old. How strange that you would end up in my grave, as if you had died for me. Only a haze of sun filters into this tomb, allowing me to see into shadows. Unlike the sharp light that scorched you to ash, and I fear I must face at the last. Death smells strange but sweet. As I face your end, yet another change, another step toward a light, I hope. Like the soft flow of mother's milk, the evening breeze, silk scent of embers, honey cakes. But I think I will have the courage to walk, though even the harshest light, to see you once more. It's all the same light, the same road, the same loving God who shines, but you shone too widely for most. Your face has grown too bright as my eyes have adjusted to this dark place. I must remember to rest them. All ready? Good. I'll be all right. I'll be right out. Now I must return to the bright world after one last touch. Goodbye, Jesus. I speak for Joseph of Arimathea.